the number one way of becoming famous, becoming a celebrity, because that's what you want to do, become a celebrity, and that's going to help you build your self brand, because nobody knows who you are. And if you're like the smartest person in the room, like Rob, but nobody knows who Rob is, he won't be able to sell shit.
You just have to put yourself out there. And I know it's like awkward sometimes and it's uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and tell you guys that I love to be like, hey guys, good morning, how's it going? Like, I don't, and a lot of the times I don't even have the time. But you have to let everybody know what you do, and you just gotta keep on with the content. You have to be consistent, and you have to do things that make you uncomfortable, and beautiful things happen because you never know who's watching. You never know who you're inspiring.
I was so broke and I didn't have money to like buy certain things that were more important, but I would go spend money on the bodyguard and the video guy, because I saw, two influencers that always had their video guy and bodyguards. So you could be broke and then you have a video guy and a bodyguard following you. You go into events like that and then people are like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then it starts getting all this attention.
Just because you're here right now, like right this second, does not mean that you can't be over here where you want to be with the people you want to hang out with. Of course, you might have to do some deep digging. You have to look into a mirror and say, you know what, I need to change this, I need to change this, I need to sacrifice this, because everybody wants everything, but they don't want to sacrifice anything, and life doesn't work like that. You get some and you give some, and that's just what it is.
Hey guys, welcome to Driven Couples, and we have a new timing now. It's going to be at noon Pacific time, and it's better for everybody. I think we're more efficient, more effective, and usually like towards 6, 7, because I wake up like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
By 6, 7 p.m., hey, I still do it, but I don't think I'm 100%. I'm like 10%. So if you guys like Driven Couples at 7 or 6, well, I'm going to be closer to 100% now, because by that time, I'm already like, I've had long days, I've battled, I've been in war and after war. So what do you think of this new timing before I talk about something?
Guys, we are always looking for improvement, right? And we also want to make not only our personal life, but our business life and just our whole life in general work. So hence why we've been absent for a week or two?
A week.
It's been a week, and we always squeeze everything in, but I told Albert I really want to deliver to you guys not only great content, but very good information so that you guys can apply it to your life, because we love to hear like, hey Syl, I did this. Hey Albert, like, thank you for your message. It helped me do this, from this to that. And we love that. So yes, at the end of the day, we're freaking exhausted, and we run here from the office after being there all day, and that's why we changed it. I'm excited.
And let us know when we're 45, like the time, because we want to keep it at 45 minutes and make it like super powerful. And then we're gonna talk about 15 minutes. Let's get questions. As soon as you have a good question, it's gonna be about, let's stay in the topic. So the topic's gonna be how to develop your self brand. Mm-hmm. And I've done a pretty good job of it. So I want to share like all the stuff that I've done. So we'll end at 45 minutes. Then we're gonna jump right into the Spanish one. So if you guys are watching this and you guys want some Spanish stuff, as soon as we end this one, we're going to jump right into the Spanish one. So to get started, well, one of the number one way of becoming famous, becoming a celebrity, because that's what you want to do, become a celebrity, and that's going to help you build your self brand, because nobody knows who you are. Mm-hmm. And if you're like the smartest person in the room, like Rob, but nobody knows who Rob is, he won't be able to sell shit. But if you're stupid and you're the stupidest person in the room, but you're like Kim Kardashian famous, then you're going to become a billionaire like her. It's because everybody knows her.
Everybody knows.
So you got to become a celebrity. And how do you do that? The easiest way, believe it or not, is buying your friends. You got to buy your friends. Just like you could buy women. If you could buy women, you could buy friends.
Can you?
So like that's why you see a lot of old, ugly dudes, overweight dudes that they'll pay to have a beautiful young lady at their side and do whatever they want. Really? But just like that, you got to do the same thing in business. You got to buy your friends. So what I did is I bought Brad Lee. And if you don't know who Brad Lee is, Brad Lee's a really, connected person. And now Brad's one of my best friends. But what I did is I went to his office one time, and this is after one of the conferences that we were at. I went there, I sat in the front. So you always have to buy the most expensive ticket because you want to sit in the front. $5,000, 10,000, you pay it, sit in the front, and then you're gonna go to all the VIP events. That's where I met him, at the VIP event on the yacht.
Yeah.
And then I told him, hey, Brad, and long story short, like, you don't have to get into all the details because I've said it before, but he kind of brushed me off a little bit in the beginning, and then towards the end, he saw me again in the yacht, and finally he said, okay, well, here's my number. Come to my office next weekend when we're back from this conference. So I showed up to his office next weekend. I didn't call him because I took his word, and I figured if I call him or if I call his office, then if I call him, he probably won't answer me. If I call his office, they probably are going to say like, oh, well, he's not here anymore. Something came up. So I just figured, let me just make sure on social media, on his stories, that he's there, and then I'll show up. But I'll make sure he's there. So then I show up, and this is when I have $50,000 of reserves, which is the money that I need to run my mortgage guy company. So I have the mortgage guy, not mortgage guys yet, and I need that money there because it's my reserves, and 50 grand of reserves is nothing. So I'm already fucked. So I figured, let me go there and fuck myself even harder. And if I have to give him the 50 grand, I give him 50 grand. So I had a pretty good idea. I took a couple of credit cards and I said, well, I'm gonna put 25 grand on one, and then I'll put 25 grand on the other one. The cards weren't working. I don't want to look stupid in front of Brad and then him look down to me and tell me that he doesn't believe me or take me as somebody that's a faker, wannabe, whatever. So I said, okay, well, I know I have 50 grand in my TMG, the mortgage guy account, debit, cash. Let's just give him that card. So I gave him that card. I just told him swipe it for 50 grand. I don't even know what I'm buying, but I want to get it. I didn't tell him I don't know what I'm buying. I just told him, yeah. Okay, I'm in. Here, 50 grand. I bought his thing. And then I became a Lightspeed member. I became his partner. So now it was his obligation to take my calls, answer my text messages, and that's how I bought his friendship. Now, years later, now I make 60 grand minimum a month from Driven Academy, which is on the Lightspeed platform. So the 50 grand investment back then when I was broke and I didn't have any money to survive or my reserves for my business, now I make over 60 grand a month just from an online virtual training system that's on Lightspeed that I recorded a month. So every month now I make what he gave me. And not only that, guys, I have more stories, but I'll let Syl elaborate more on that. But I also lent him a car, which was one of my Ferraris that I also barely afforded, but I got to get more attention. I'll get more into that. But elaborate to that, Syl, and then let's get into the questions because I have a lot to talk. And I don't want to take these 45 minutes just by myself because I could. I want to get some good questions, and I want Syl to speak up a little bit and share her gold nuggets because Syl just recently reached a milestone and now she has 15,000 followers. I don't know how you did that. I know how you did that.
How? I got him
for you.
Well, anyway, look, guys, at the end of the day, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever mission you're on, whatever content you're putting out there, it does have to be good content. Albert and myself, we're very big on, staying fit, being healthy, because if you look good, you feel good. And that to me is most important. I've always taken care of myself, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm always extremely happy with, the way that I look, because obviously,
I think for women, getting some boobs is the key point. You get boobs, you'll make more sales. You suck at real estate, get some boobs and watch the real estate sales go up.
So for us, we always make fitness a priority, and I personally think, as far as, I'm concerned, looking good not only helps you get more business, but people want to look at pretty people. Like, it's a reality. It's the world we live in. You can disagree with it. It is what it is, and if you look better, I'm not saying you have to be a supermodel at all by any means. And what I mean by that is, take care of yourself, wear nice clothes, put effort into the way that you look, even if you're not at your ideal weight, because people can tell, and a lot of the times your first impression, you only get to do that once. And people meet you, they're like, okay, they basically judge you from the second that they see you, So that for me has always been huge. And I feel it's helped a lot for us to grow our business, our brand, be able to attract people, to help more people, you know, because we help people get into the mindset of, hey, you know, I might not feel like working out, but let me just do it. Let me force myself. Let me make better choices, you know, as far as the food that I eat. It's like him and I, myself, like we love to go out and have dinners and drink, you know, we just love it. We love to hang out with each other and be friends, you know, more than husband and wife, business partners, you know, we're parents. So super important to take care of yourself for your personal brand, you know, and people love success stories, you know, so we share everything, you know, that we do with everybody in the audience. Not everybody's going to be like, yay, whoop whoop. There's people that don't want to see you do good, you know, and that sucks, but that's why you cut those people out of your life and you keep doing you, you know, because a lot of us really care what people think about us, and you really shouldn't. I'm not saying completely not give a shit, but if you're a good person and you're doing good things, there's always going to be naysayers, people that, you know, they want to take you down because they already gave up on their dreams, you know, and little did they know that one simple decision can completely change your life, you know. So him and myself, you know, on social media, we do our best to put real content, you know, success stories, because a lot of you, maybe even now, you might not be where you want to be, right? We know people that have lived in a garage when they were 35 and they're billionaires. Like, just how mind-blowing is that? That gives not only us, when we met that person, like, okay, we're working so hard, we're grinding all the time, you know, but the hope that, damn, if you could be 35, live in a garage and be a billionaire, like, that is crazy. Become a billionaire, you know. And that, again, is relationships. And
isn't it cool that now we have a lot of billionaire friends?
We
don't have one or two or three or four or five. We have like more than 5 billionaire close friends.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good sign that we're going
on the right track
to becoming a billionaire, the average of your best 5 friends. But one thing that Alpha did, if you guys don't know Alpha Slice, follow him, Alpha Slice on Instagram. So we're in this conference we're in Brad Lee's event, and then Alpha Slice Mo, he gives Rob Luna a gift. So he gave Rob Luna a Rolex, brand new Rolex. So he gave him an expensive Rolex watch as a gift in the middle of of a speech in front of everybody in the VIP dinner table. So what that's gonna do is every time Rob has, you know, a beautiful girlfriend, fiance, and you know, he goes to bed with her and all that, but then he wakes up to Alpha Slice, because when he wakes up, he puts the watch on and he's like, oh, shit. Alpha Slice, and he thinks about Alpha Slice first thing in the morning. Same thing with Brad. He goes to sleep with Melissa, but back then when I lent him the Ferrari, when he got into the Ferrari, turned it on, that horse, and he was like, "Rrr," and he was like, Albert. So I was always on Brad's mind first thing in the morning, and that's kind of like why you give a ring to your girl when you're gonna get married, because then she remembers you all the time. So Alpha Slice, that was genius on his part. I don't know if it was his intention. I don't think so, because I know him personally. He's a good friend. And I know that he has a good heart, and he was just thankful for everything that Rob has shared with him. But in a way, indirectly, now he made Rob kind of fall in love with him. But we have questions, Steph, or do I keep going?
Well, if I can add something, you know, and it doesn't matter what you do, you just have to put yourself out there. And I know it's like awkward sometimes and it's uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you guys that I love to be like, hey guys, good morning, how's it going? Like, I don't, and a lot of the times I don't even have the time. But you have to let everybody know what you do, and you just got to keep on with the content. You have to be consistent, and you have to do things that make you uncomfortable, and beautiful things happen, because you never know who's watching. You never know who you're inspiring, right? So, you know, I was just thinking about the guy that's gonna come and clean our carpets, Mr. Limpia, I think his name is. And anytime anybody says, hey, Syl, like, whatever, do you know somebody that cleans carpets, couches? He does all upholstery, like anything. And every time I think about him, and he just says, hey guys, I'm here, like sandblasting the floor and blah, blah, blah. And obviously he goes to all of our events, so we know who he is. But he's always like posting. And it's pretty interesting things, because I'm like, hey, I was gonna throw the carpet away. I've thrown so many carpets away. I know it sounds stupid, but Albert's like, oh, it's dirty. Just throw it away and buy a new one. So that's what we do, you know. But now I'm like, I really like this carpet. Like, can we make it look like new and move it locations to our bedroom and get a separate one for the living room? So yeah, I always think about him. So it doesn't matter if you do ACs, if you're like a woman empowerment, if it's fitness, if it's whatever it is that you do. You know,
I can't believe you threw my red carpet away.
Which one?
The one in the entrance.
Oh, está horrible.
I love that red carpet.
No.
It makes me feel like special when I come inside.
We'll do a new one. So, yeah, whatever you do, you just keep on doing it. You stick with it, you know, and really, the minute you stop caring too much about negative, you know, comments, because there's a lot of people that are sitting at home and they're miserable, and it makes them feel good to be like, oh, blah, 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 you know? And then some of us, like, I used to get upset. No, I'm just like, whatever, block, because it's very simple to block people. You don't like something, unfollow them. You know, you don't have to be a troll on the internet, because I'm sure you would never say it to my face. But that is branding. People stop posting things. They get discouraged. So how many times have people sent you negative messages that if you would have stopped, we wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be Albert, that everybody knows? Yes or no?
But that all comes back because of copying what works and having the right mentors.
Yeah.
So like just so you know, what you're supposed to do when you have a hater or a troll or somebody with a fake account, which is all the same thing, when they go on your page and they comment something negative, something bad, they try to insult you, you leave it there. So what these people don't understand is that I love it when they do that. So for example, when somebody posts on my post and they'll put something really nasty, I'll delete all these stupid messages from all the Forex people because they're annoying, and I don't want people to like click on their shit and then believe that I'm okay with that. So like I have full-time people that help me just block all those idiots and delete their stupid Forex posts.
Like the scammers.
So I get rid of those. But when a hater comments something really bad, I actually like that. That's a positive thing. So I'll take away all those Forex stupid comments, but I'll leave the hater comments, even if they're really bad. Like one guy said, or I don't know who it was, maybe a girl. I don't know, people that used to work for us maybe, but they posted, or just haters in general. And they'll say something like, I hope you and your wife can't have kids anymore, and if you do, I hope they're deformed and they die. Sad. And I leave it, you know, because those people, they don't think, they don't realize what they're doing. So I just leave it there, and that's because it helps your engagement. And then what happens is, like, other people start defending me. Yeah. So I just see it, I smile for a second, and I move on to the next one. And I focus on answering all my positive comments. Yeah. And if somebody says something and they disagree with me, I'll answer it. But when you have those hater comments, which you know what they are, they're disrespectful, whatever, I leave them there. When I never block them. I actually encourage them. I give them a few shares. I love those people, so a lot, but I'll never mention I'll never give them any power. So I'll just let them be there, and the best thing you could do to hurt them is just ignoring them. So I just ignore them, and then I'm pretty sure they're melting like inside, like their guts are like they feel like acid in their guts. And you know the cockroach, when you step on it and you don't kill it, and it's like kind of
step on it a little
like
bit
wibbling around, and then finally it gets back up, and then it starts walking again like a roach, and then you step on it again and make it again like that's how they feel when you ignore them. And not only that, thank them, because they're actually helping your engagement on Instagram and Facebook. So they're just helping you. So just give them a big high five, thank them, and just understand that they're in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But
it's so sad.
Don't block him, because they'll go ahead and they'll create another fake account. So just let them.
But we make really cute kids. Imagine a little baby Albert, a little baby Enzo. He would be so cute. ¿Verdad que sí?
Yeah, guys. So copy what works. Another thing is like two things that I do. Obviously now I could afford it, but before I could afford it, I hired a camera guy, and I hired a bodyguard. And it sounds, it's going back, it's so stupid, because like I was so broke, and I didn't have money to like buy certain things that were more important, but I would go spend money on the bodyguard and the video guy, because I saw, you know, two influencers that always had their video guy and bodyguards. So you could be broke, and then you have a video guy and a bodyguard following you. You go into events like that, and then people are like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
And then it starts getting all this attention. So like I say a lot about cars and use Ferraris like prostitutes, but you know, if you can't afford a Ferrari, dude, hire somebody as a video guy, pay somebody as a bodyguard. Doesn't even have to be a real one. Bodyguards are not even there to protect you. Bodyguards are there to get attention. Yeah. So hire your big brother or your cousin that's like fat and tall, and have him be your bodyguard, and then pay him like 50%, or get a discount, or maybe he'll do you a favor if you're that broke. Hire somebody that doesn't know what they're doing with a camera. Just go fucking borrow a camera and just have them pretend they're recording. They don't even have to record. They're not there to record. They're there to get you attention. Yeah. The more attention you get, the more popular you're gonna get. And then maybe one person goes up to you and tells you, "Hey, I want to do some business with you." So those are just little things that work. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they work based on my results. They've been working really good.
Yeah, agreed.
Talk.
Talk.
All right, so if you don't want to talk, we'll answer a question. You want to answer a question?
We're going to get off Instagram.
All right, so before we answer this question, Instagram, we're going to cut off. And if you guys want to continue to watch the live Zoom and you want to ask some questions, text that number to get the private link, and then we'll see you in a bit. You were going to say something?
I was going to say that I agree with you. Perception is reality. And a lot of the times you don't really know, you know, if people carry themselves very well, you don't really know at what level in their life they really are. And also remember that success is different to different people. So, you know, some people get to here and they're happy, and then they get to here. Like there's people that get to God knows where and you can't stop. You just keep going. So again, getting attention is super important. People need to know who you are, because if people don't know who you are, how are they going to do business with you? Think about that. And if you have to keep on putting YouTube videos, just content, then do that. You know, a lot of people stop right before they hit like a diamond in the rut, or whatever you want to call it, before they actually reach a certain level of success, because there's just so many levels. It's like a stairway to heaven. Like you just don't ever know when you're gonna stop, how far you're gonna go, how much energy you're gonna have to like keep grinding, because it takes a lot. You know, him and I are always pivoting, figuring out, okay, this is working, that's not working, what are we doing? But overall, more than anything, it's helping people. You know, the more people you help, the universe just helps you. Good things happen to you, you know, and all the people that like hate on you or whatnot, because it's gonna happen. If you don't have any haters, that means that you're not doing something right. Because I don't care what anybody says, people that are successful, there are people that are envious of them, period. And I don't care how good you are. I mean, I feel like people just get jealous, and it's like, well, you know, either you come with me or find your own tribe to roll with.
Why do you think people get jealous of you?
Because it's not an easy thing to just keep going constantly. Think about that.
So you think they're jealous of your work ethic?
Well, I would be jealous of my work ethic too. You know, I don't stop until I'm done. And what did I just say? Most people stop before they get to a destination.
Well, some people are ugly and they hate on you because you're pretty.
Oh, you think I'm pretty?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think so.
I know.
I mean, some people hate on you because they're broke and you're rich.
Yeah.
Some people hate on you because they're fat and you're skinny.
I mean, I'm kind of skinny. I'm not that skinny.
I mean, compared to like, you know, fat people.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
But people hate.
Again, even if you're overweight, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can change anything unless you're sick, and everything, like every passing moment, you can make one decision that's going to change your future, everything. You know, you're single, you're overweight. Okay, you want to, whatever, like life is life. We go through different things in life, you guys. So just because you're here right now, like right this second, does not mean that you can't be over here where you want to be with the people you want to hang out with. Of course, you might have to do some deep digging. You have to look into a mirror and say, you know what, I need to change this. I need to change this. I need to sacrifice this, because everybody wants everything, but they don't want to sacrifice anything. And life doesn't work like that. You get some and you give some, and that's just what it is, you know. Him and I, again, like, we just keep going, but we always show up and we execute and we take information. And especially him, he's not scared to put his money where his mouth is at all, like zero. All the people that I know, I'm like, that's why that person will never be successful, because the bill comes and they're like, oh shit, they're like in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, well, you shouldn't have ordered 50 things. O sea, si no tienes dinero. Like, get some water, it's free, water is free. And most people are like that. They take advantage, you know, and again, little by little, not only do little habits show up, little behaviors show up, and that's going to determine where you end up and who you end up with. Period. Period.
And very important, guys, you want to build these relationships. You want to be in the best environments. Like, for example, the noise you hear sometimes here, they're building a very expensive home here next to us.
For $1 billion.
Yeah, it's a guy that's moving in here.
Is he a billionaire or a multi-millionaire?
Multi-billionaire. He sold his
I can't wait to run by his house.
He's actually downgrading. He's downgrading. He moved here because he's downgrading. He sold his $130 million home.
That's crazy.
So big dude. And my other neighbor that lives on that side, he is the founder and owner of Body Armor. He's going to be part of Driven.
Yeah.
Driven 5 speaker. His name is Lance Collins. I mean, just Google him. Yeah. Google Lance Collins and look up all the pictures that I have with him. He's a buddy of mine now, actually.
Yeah.
So you want to be in the best environments, because this is where you're going to meet more people. And the number 2 way of becoming building your personal brand, besides buying friends, is now going to be them connecting you with another contact, and those contacts are going to connect you with more contacts. Mm-hmm. And when you're next to them, hanging out with them, you're going to be exposed to more people that are going to watch you. You become a celebrity. You start getting verified. You start getting more famous. So that's very, very key. One thing that I'm going to do this Saturday, I was taking a shower. You know, I was like scrubbing my chest and I thought about something.
What?
I'm like, you know what? This Saturday, I'm gonna take one of my top guys in the company, and we're gonna go watch the Andy Ruiz fight against Arreola.
Where at?
It's here and it's local. So Mikey Garcia, one of my friends, boxer, he's gonna watch the fight. So I thought, you know what, it's a good idea. But guess what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get a ringside ticket. How much is it? $2,000, $1,000? No problem. Like, we're gonna sit there, and I'm gonna pay for his ticket. I'm not gonna ask him for money. You know, I'm gonna pay for that ticket. We're gonna be right in the front of the ring. Why? Because of connections. You know,
yeah.
Canelo's gonna be right there ringside because his trainer is training Andy Ruiz.
Come on.
Andy Ruiz. So he's there training him, and there's gonna be a lot of people there. And then Mikey Garcia, one of my good friends. He's the commentator of that fight.
Yeah.
So I thought about it's a great idea. So you want to invest in expensive tickets. These $2,000 tickets, like next time we go to a Laker game when they don't require like masks
or vaccines.
We're gonna be like courtside all every game.
Yeah.
Courtside tickets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna meet people there. When you fly, and you know, commercial. Last time I flew commercial was like over 8 months ago, I think. Like I kind of forgot what it feels to fly commercial.
Oh God.
But when you fly commercial, be first class. You know, like especially if you're trying.
Spend the extra money.
If you're trying to get known and you're trying to like, you know, build your personal brand, fly first class, because first class you're gonna meet other people that are, you know, making $1 million or maybe $500,000. Or you know, people that are making some money to afford those seats. Now, if you sit in the back, you're gonna sit with people that are gonna be complaining. Oh man! So you don't want to sit next to complainers, negative people. You want to put yourself in places where you're gonna be around other successful people.
Yes, and again, to proximity and relationships, you never know who you're dealing with. Doesn't matter what they look like. Remember, you have to treat everybody with the same respect, because, you know, there's a lot of people that are like grumpy and shitty, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like if you just be nice, like maybe you don't have a job, maybe I can give you a job, like, but don't ever let your emotions take over. But we know somebody that was sitting in a plane And the lady next to him said, "Oh my God, you're this person," right? He wasn't verified on Instagram, or was it Facebook? I can't remember. Instagram. And the lady says, "Okay." She said, "Let me." Okay, you're not verified and you're looking to blah, blah, blah. Like she basically said, well, how come you're not verified? Like, I know who you are. I know everything you do, blah, blah, blah. When he got off that plane, he was verified. That's crazy because the lady worked. She was probably in charge of the department of verification, whatever. I don't know. But again, you never know who you're dealing with. And that's why you just have to be kind to people. You have to be good to people. Like, it might be your next client and it's not their fault that you're in a shitty mood. You know, it's your fault for allowing it. So you have to shift. You know, him and I have a thing where like, we're going to shake it off and shake it off. Obviously, lately I haven't been shaking things off, but it's a lot of things, right? So, but it's funny because we used to do that, remember? You're like, la, 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 and he would like shake it off. It was the cutest thing.
You know how Chip, like he likes to like sacudas? Like she goes like when dogs like kind of like shake all the dust off. That like we had certain people that, you know, were part of our, you know, old team, and like sometimes when we walked away, we kind of had to shake it off like Chip because of so much negativity and toxicity. But you know, you got to do that. Depending on where you're at, and then once you know, you're never gonna grow your business. First of all, you're never gonna grow your small business or wherever you're at if you're around toxic people, negative people that like to
even worse, having them working in your company. It's like the worst.
So we're not gonna get into all that, but you guys gotta. The sooner you get rid of those people, the better.
Yeah.
We have a question, Steph. Before we answer that question, stay at the best resort. So we're going to have this amazing retreat that we're going on next week to the Virgin Islands. We're not going to stay in, you know, any place. We're going to stay at the best resort in Virgin Islands. Best one, like, and we have a lot of surprises for that. But question?
We have a question from iPhone.
Oh, hi, iPhone.
Who's iPhone?
We don't know yet. We're going to ask him to turn on his camera.
All right, iPhone, turn on your camera.
What is the question?
Is iPhone getting on?
iPhone is not responding.
I mean, you have to learn how to control it because you're either looking at content to get better or you're looking at content to pass time and waste time. So there's a difference. And if you can't control it, then that's the number one problem. It's kind of like controlling what you eat. If you can't control what you eat, how are you going to control the rest of your life? So you have to, you know, just be mindful of it and make sure that you're not wasting time on social media, but you are acquiring the knowledge that you need or that you're seeking for to be able to move, you know, ahead of the game or in the direction that you're planning on.
I mean, you got to make sure you're being productive. You know, like everybody's like, it's funny because a friend asked us a question, like how much time do you think people spend on their iPhones? And I'm like, at least 16 to 18
social
hours.
Media. I mean,
in general.
Yeah.
In general. If you're on your iPhone, you're on social media. So 16 to 18 hours. 16 to 18 hours a day. So people are on social media, I think 16 to 18 hours a day. Like, it's easier to get a hold of Ed Milet or Rob Luna
through Instagram
or Brad Lee through Instagram than text.
Not me. For me, it's easy to text me. Because I get so many DMs.
And it's weird. And people that busy, like you, Eric Castro, Bobby's brother, answers me on Instagram faster than text. So does Bobby Castro. So like it's crazy, but that's the world we're in today. Yeah. And you know, social media makes me so much money that of course I'm gonna use it. Like text messages don't make me that much money. Like social media does. Instagram is great. So I said about staying the best resort because you could take pictures. You could use them to, promote your personal brand. You're going to create relationships at the best resorts because you're going to have more quality people. So things like that are important. That's not a place to get cheap at. You got to make sure you do that. And remember, when you're marketing, building your personal brand, you got to be different. So you think about, how can I be different? How can I be different? Mm-hmm. And you know, like if you don't, maybe you have too many wrinkles, maybe you look like a raisin, then maybe get a couple of injections, you know, inject a few spots in your face and go around wherever it needs help. You know, like maybe get some filler and make yourself look better. You know, like you don't like something, like go fix it.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to find your ass. You know, Kim Kardashian.
You have to find your ass?
Your ass, yeah.
Like your ass.
No, like your ass. So the Kim Kardashian, her innovative campaign was her ass. You know, she wasn't born and grew with an ass. You know, her ass didn't develop over time. It was self-made, or how do you call it? Surgery made. So like she found her innovative campaign, which was her ass. So if you're a lady watching this and you're thinking like, man, I can't get attention. Well, you got to find your ass. For a guy, maybe it's not an ass. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's, something else. So you got to find what is going to get me that attention to create wealth. And Kim Kardashian did it really well. Like, you think if Kim Kardashian, looked like, I don't know, I'm not going to mention names because, but she looked like, who? You think she would become a billionaire? Probably not. So Kim Kardashian invested in her looks, Botox, fillers, ass. So you got to find your ass. So maybe for you, it's not an ass. Maybe for you, it's some tits. Or maybe for you, it's an exotic car. Maybe for you, it's let me take some steroids. Maybe it's like, let me get a facelift. Let me get some hair implants. Let me go fix my teeth because my teeth are yellow and crooked. Let me go fix my nose. Let me go fix whatever. Like, I was with one of my guys yesterday, and he's asking me for advice. And I'm building his personal brand. And this kid, 23 years old, and I think 22 years old. And he tells me his story, and I met with him because I saw him doing really good. I told him, hey, come down and let's work out at the Driven Fitness Center, and then let's work out and do a little mastermind. So he built his brand. He's gonna make 60 grand this month. He's never made 60 grand in his life. It's like the most he's made was 6 grand in a month.
Yeah.
Selling cars. So he's making 60 grand this month, biggest month ever for him, and I'm really happy for him.
And he's posting a lot.
Yeah, he grew his page. He hired a video guy. He even hired a security. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Albert, I've been on your Driven Academy following everything you're saying. And I saw his account. He's at 3,500 followers. Yeah. And he gets good engagement. He's following my Driven Academy to the T. And he's like, oh, Albert, so give me some advice. I'm like, look, is it okay if I'm completely transparent with you? Because I'm a real dude. I don't know how to lie.
I don't want to lie to you.
I don't know how to lie.
Yeah,
I'm bad at lying.
Yeah.
That's why I always got caught with different girls. But I'm just not good at lying. So I don't lie. I tried it a few times. It didn't work out that well. So I tell him, okay, let me be honest with you. I'm like, first of all, like maybe those shoes are not gonna work. They look like hiking shoes. They're all dirty. You just left dirt all over my floor. Like maybe.
Oh my God, he did. Is that what happened?
Yeah, maybe go get a couple of Yeezys. So next thing I see, like, he left my office. He went and got some Yeezys. Then I look at his hands and I'm like, hey, brother,
get a manicure.
You got to get a manicure. Like your nails are a little long, and just think about, girl, like, you're not gonna have sex with the girl if you're wearing those shoes and your nails look like that. You got to look clean. You got to work on your and a lot of the time, he's a good looking kid, but a lot of the times things are so easy to make yourself look better. And even his hair is nicer now. Like his hairstyle, he changed it.
He looks good, yeah.
So like you got to work on those things, because the look, some of you guys and girls, it's going to be kind of a challenge to look amazing, but you could make yourself look a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the at least cleaner. So your face is your face, and you can't change it. So you got to show your face. You got to make sure people recognize your face. So why not, improve things that you can, like your teeth. Maybe I don't know. Maybe put some contacts.
Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever's gonna help you get some fillers, but clean yourself. That's very easy. Like, it doesn't take a fortune to brush your teeth, get some whitening, and maybe get a few. Maybe get some braces for a bit, or I don't know. But fix yourself. So things like that are gonna make wonders for you, because the better you look, the easier it's gonna make for you to make some sales.
I agree. People don't want to be around slobs. It's a reality. So you have to take care of yourself for sure.
Like I went out.
I can always tell, like when someone like their hair is all greasy, I'm like, ew, did you like even shower today? It's gross. It just shows like the laziness of a person, you know, like the effort they put into themselves. I can't even imagine. I always say this.
How about when people?
If your desk is a mess, I can't even imagine your house. Like literally, you probably have like dishes everywhere and it's like a disaster. That's not a turn on.
Yeah, people that stink, like you know, when you see them at the club and then you get home, take everything off, and then you're like, whoa, I didn't know you stunk like that, and you just want to run away. But
that happened to you a lot.
We have a question. I mean, it happened a few times. Joyce. Time.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi, Steph. Hi, Albert. My question is, which concepts should we share, and what is not serving our first brand?
What is not serving our? Repeat that.
Like which content should we share on social media, and which content should we not share at all? Like
so yeah, so
things that we share, like obviously we're not going to share like you being drunk, passed out somewhere, you know, but
that would be a good one actually.
No,
you're in real estate, right? You do real estate.
She's gonna get into real estate.
Yeah. So yeah, I could hear you. So you need to be you and be a real you.
Yeah.
So worst thing you could do is just post real estate stuff, work stuff. So you got to do I'll give you 4 things. You post about work, real estate. Okay, that's one post.
Career.
Your next post is going to be about your personal thing. Like, so maybe you went to Saddle Ranch, had a couple of beers and passed out. That's perfect. Because that's real, and people like to see real people. Like, you had too much to drink and passed out too last time. So that would actually be good because it would go viral and get more attention. People are going to be like, whoa.
I mean, you have to be able to be real because people can relate to that.
Now, number 3, post something about maybe family. Like, post your family. Like, maybe you have some pets. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you have a husband. Like, post things about you and your family. Maybe your dad. Maybe your mom. So that's important. A 4th one is going to be like, post something that gets attention, that sells the lifestyle, that sells the dream. Like, okay, look, I'm Joyce and I became successful doing real estate. And show off your car, show off your house, show off something. So because when you post that picture, people are going to look at it. It's going to get the attention, especially when people are scrolling down the Explorer.
Yeah.
They're going to see like, wow, look at that car. They'll click on it. And they're like, oh, you do real estate. Oh, you're a mom. Oh, you have a dog. Because people it creates emotion. And if you want a 5th one, post things about a past experience, like maybe a failure, that you had a big failure before and you struggled, but now you are where you are. People like those success stories. People like to see that one day you were battling and struggling.
Yeah.
People like to see that things are not perfect. People like imperfection. When you try to be perfect and just show the good things, people don't like that.
Yeah, and it's really hard. I don't think that's easy to keep up. Like, you're not being able to be yourself, you know? So you should be able to be who you are, regardless of if there's a camera in front of your face or whatever, like who you're in front of, you know? You have to be the same person. That's our personal opinion because that has worked for us.
And main thing is, do not just post real estate, work, because that's the biggest mistake that all real estate agents do, and mortgage people. They're just posted another listing, sold, listing, and then even worse, they post just graphics. People want to see your face, so you want to post your face and everything you do. Don't post graphics. Post your face, and then don't post just real estate, or don't post just funded. People don't like that. It gets boring. So, does that answer your question?
Yes, she said yes, I think.
Awesome, guys. So we're gonna say bye, and then we're gonna see you guys next week. We want to keep it at around 45 minutes. Please comment below if you have any more questions. I'm gonna go back and answer all the comments. Also, if you have any suggestions for next week, give us a topic that you guys want us to cover, and then can't wait to see you next week.
Also, guys, make sure your account's not private. Nobody can see your account if it's private. Only your followers. I see so many people and they're like, oh, they do this and that. And I'm like, well, your account was private, so only I can see it. And you have like 10 followers. So it's the way that it'll grow because anybody could just like click follow to you. So. But that's
awesome,
it.
guys. See you next week.